Hello, everyone. I'm Sharon Mandel, the CIO of Juniper Networks. I'm delighted to be joined here today by Brian Duval, Vice President Network Platform at Discovery. Brian, welcome. It's really good to have you here today.
Hi, Sharon. I'm very happy to be here.
So I don't know if you know this, but I spent a good chunk of my career in the media industry, both at media companies as well as building technology in vendors to deliver for it. It's really exciting to be able to sit here with you and really see where things have gone over the last number of years in the video space and how it leverages the network.
Oh yeah, the media space can be a definite challenge. So I'm sure if you've had experience in it, you're aware of what I do.
So why don't we get going? Tell us what's going on over at Discovery Networks and what your mission is.
Discovery, like most media companies, is undertaking a lot of change. It's a difficult mission, but overall, it's still the same mission of trying to deliver quality content to as many people as we can and as many platforms as we can. Most people know us from our namesake channel, right? Discovery Channel. It's a known brand. People know that, but we have so many great brands around the globe. We're in 220 countries around the globe, which a lot of people don't realize, right? A lot of people think, oh, it's probably US only. No, we're pretty much everywhere. And we have a number of great brands beyond Discovery Channel, TLC, HGTV, Food Network, Magnolia for those Chip and Joanna fans, right? We just have so many great brands that all fall underneath Discovery. So we're excited about that. And our international business is really interesting that people don't realize. We have live sports, we have news channels, we have so much internationally across our Eurosport brand, which is the home for the Olympics. We've got TVN, the biggest news network in all of Poland, right? And we have Golf TV. Pretty much golf internationally goes through our kind of digital brand. So we're growing. We've acquired a lot, and that's our big mission, is just great content to as many people as we can.
So it's a tremendous collection of assets for sure. So tell me about your WAN and the role it plays at Discovery.
Yeah, the WAN at Discovery is very unique. It's completely key to our business, right? A lot of corporate enterprises, right? The WAN is just viewed as this expense. I don't want to have to invest in it, but I need something to connect my offices together. At Discovery, it truly is core to our business. We built a global MPLS network managed by our internal team. So this isn't vendor managed. This is internally managed MPLS across Juniper MX series routers. So Juniper is definitely key to everything we do. Technically, it's a traditional MPLS backbone, a lot of layer 3 VPNs, multicast VPNs to handle all of our live video and audio services around the globe. But it's become so common and core to our business that executive leadership at Discovery knows the term WAN, and it's brought up often, right? You usually don't see an exec getting on a conference call and thanking and saying how great the WAN is, but at Discovery, it's become common verbiage, right? So
that's really amazing. Most IT leaders don't get thanked for their WAN.
So no. Network team is very thankful to be in the back of the line, right? We don't want to be called out because usually it's only bad and we don't get any kudos. But Discovery, the WAN has been so key and instrumental to what we do as a global business to allow us to be flexible and dynamic. It's a big key part to what we do.
So how does cloud play in Discovery's journey, and where are you guys with that today?
Yeah. Cloud obviously is a big term for everybody, and I think a lot of people have different definitions. But back in 2015, so maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, we kind of had a pivot point in our IT organization where our digital business at that time was already leveraging cloud services, right? They were already in Amazon doing our digital web pages and all the public spaces you went to go see to discovery.com, things like that. But our legacy broadcast business, delivering TV content, corporate applications, was primarily on premise in 2015. So we were running into a few big hurdles, right? We were running out of data center space. Do we invest in larger, bigger data centers to house all this new growth we had through all these acquisitions? I mentioned all those great brands. That takes up a lot of data center space to produce that kind of content. So we made the call, do we invest in data center or do we get out of the data center business, as we like to say, right? That's not core to how Discovery makes money, how great we can build a data center, right? Let someone else build a data center for us and let us focus on producing amazing content. So in 2015, went to the cloud. AWS obviously was our big provider, but really we migrated at that time our entire global playout business. So when you watch a TV channel of discoveries across all those great brands I mentioned on TV, it's played out of an Amazon EC2 instance, right? And that leverages and runs across our great Juniper network backbone, that MPLS network that all was scaled up as part of that cloud journey. We had to get into those co-location providers, peer with those cloud providers, and ultimately own the edge. We wanted to own as much of that network space right up to that cloud provider. So those Juniper MX routers are the ones that literally plug into Amazon's network, and we send all of our TV channels down 24/7 across those connections. So the cloud journey drove the WAN journey, right? We had to get into those co-location spaces, and then once that was established, all the rest of our global connectivity kind of folded into that new model, right? We had those locations that we could land our WAN connections into at all of our corporate offices, and eventually replaced our entire global connectivity with this WAN backbone.
Wow. So how does the Juniper network support the global vision?
Ultimately, it's the flexibility of the MX series platform and the MPLS protocol, right? If you're able to leverage that technology stack with the VPNs and segmentation of different types of networks across that, we're able to collapse a lot of legacy services that service, maybe a circuit for just the broadcast use, right? This was connected just to deliver this video content to this one provider. Oh, then my corporate network team had to deliver an MPLS or an internet circuit into this office for general, email and normal corporate business apps. We built this backbone. Now we have all of them running on that same architecture, common hardware platform, but different logical routing tables. So the Juniper platform and the vision and the Swiss Army knife, if you will, of the MX series platform, we can do whatever we need at scale, right? If we need to turn up another connection to another provider, if we sign a deal with Amazon or Apple or YouTube or whoever, and we need to deliver content, it's as simple as a cross connect. It's as simple as just one extra handoff from our Juniper backbone, and they can subscribe to the video services they require. So it's allowed us to be more nimble, more agile. We can deliver quicker, and our content and deal teams are very happy, right? We don't have to wait months to deliver a new service or circuit. It could just be a cross connect between two cages at a co-location facility.
Yep, agility is the name of the game today. Speed wins for sure. So,
right.
So, what are the challenges you guys are facing today?
Well, once you build a WAN backbone like that, right, and we're a media company, you can imagine bandwidth is always a challenge. We have a lot of large video files that are 24/7, right? To play out a TV channel, we have to play out at least 2 copies of the same channel, because if one goes down, you don't want the TV channel to go off the air. And so at least 2. We have, I would say, at least 300 to 400 unique feeds around the globe of different channels and different languages and different content, and all that's going across this backbone every day, along with your email to the other office or the general Zoom call, right, to interconnect people. So bandwidth has been a challenge, and trying to maintain cost on that structure, right? The fact we built it ourselves and it's our managed routers, and we're in these co-location provider spaces, it actually made the bandwidth a bit cheaper, right? We're able to get connectivity between the co-location providers a lot cheaper than delivering to our office in random location in city A or Z. That ultimately allowed us to go from 1 gig connectivity in our legacy network years ago, went to 10 bundles of 10 gig, and then now to 100 gig core, right? And we're paying roughly the same cost. Now there's natural cost reduction over years with bandwidth, but the places we've leveraged our WAN allows us to make those efficiencies at scale.
Seems like the business is insatiable for bandwidth.
It's insatiable.
No matter how much you provide, it's looking for more.
So there's bandwidth, and then at that scale, my other challenge and my other hat is the network security piece falls underneath my team. So securing that amount of data on large scale platforms that can do security at scale is a challenge, right? I think most
you have
people
to do it twice, given the redundancy you just described.
right. So there's a lot of routing decisions, a lot of security decisions, and then ultimately with how much we have in cloud, we're over 60 to 70% in the cloud at this point from a server infrastructure perspective. So we do kind of have a hybrid model. We do still have some on-prem data centers, but securing all of that, securing it in the cloud. My team is involved with that as well. We do a lot of the VPC builds and the virtual networking within the cloud space. So it's one network team. We do kind of it all, and we're responsible for all of it. So the stress levels get a little high on the security side as well.
So Juniper's True North is experience first networking. So how does discovery make the total experience better for your viewers and for your IT organization?
Yeah, I think, experience first, networking, I definitely kind of view that as, what's been Discovery's experience and my experience at Discovery in the networking space and how Discovery's dealt with that. And I think the key to what we did at Discovery to make it a success was first, we broke down a lot of the legacy silos in our business, right? We had a lot of segmentation of responsibility that as a global company, you're set up for failure, right? We had a broadcast networking team. We had a corporate networking team. We had a post-production networking team. We had digital networking teams, cloud networking teams. We broke them all down. IP is IP, network connectivity is network connectivity. And if we want to be successful, we merged them all together. This was probably done, 6 to 7 years ago, and it's been a huge success. So now as we onboard, as we acquire companies, they're refreshed to see that model. We bring them in. And that's the experience that we've seen with just merging network into one stack, into one team, and having global control. So that's been really key for us. Templates and standards, right? Everyone asks for it. Everybody wants a standard, right? That's the way our team functions. We're never going to get funding to have more and more people, right? Staff funding is always difficult to achieve. So it's about automation, it's about standards, and it's about following those standards globally. So when you go to any office around Discovery, it's the same network design, it's the same network config, and that's how we're able to support it so well. So our uptime metrics are great. We don't tend to see a lot of human created outages on our network team, which we take a lot of pride in. So when something does go wrong, it really is a shock to our business. So yeah, I think those are the big things for me, just centralizing everything, standardizing on platform, right? Juniper, we buy the right hardware from the right vendors, right? You have to make the right design at the right need and to match those two together. We bought expensive hardware before and paid the price for it because it didn't fit the right model, right? Across any number of vendors, but you buy what's right for your standard, for your need, and don't overbuy, right? And once you hit that sweet spot, you have a good experience.
Great. So you guys are the home for the Olympic Games in Europe, and that's been a kind of on again, off again, on again event during the pandemic. So I bet it's been pretty interesting. How will broadcasting, be different, for you guys with all of this going on?
Yeah, I think, yes, the Olympics, it's been a challenging 12 months. With our Eurosport brand in Europe, right, we had bought the Olympic rights for all of Europe, which was the first time the Olympic Committee had done that. They typically sold, per country, like UK would be awarded to one, vendor, and then Germany another. They awarded it to all Discovery and Eurosport. So all the languaging, all the content deals across all the countries in Europe. Our first Olympics was in 2018. So that was our first, stressful moment of trying to deliver the Olympics at that scale. We succeeded. And the delay in 2020 has caused some complications, you can imagine. There's a lot of things that go into shipping equipment out to there, getting things staged, getting things connected. And the IOC has been great. They're fully committed to delivering the Summer Olympics in 2021, right? So we're still on target. Everyone's shooting for that. Discovery's planning on delivering a quality Olympics. I'm sure the athletes are happy, right? No one wanted to see anything get canceled. But a lot of the heavy lifting and the planning was already done, right? So we had the plan ready for 2020. Now that it's 2021, it's just a matter of reboxing everything up, shipping it out. And we did a lot of prep work between 2018 and 2020. We called it the Eurosport technology transformation. So this was taking our entire global live sports network in Europe and centralizing it, right? And making it where you could have remote production, remote commentary, home-based editing, program scheduling, quality control. Everything could be done remotely. So now we have that flexibility. When COVID hit, we were prepared. We had commentators from their home doing football matches in their native German language, right? We had all this ability to produce and do everything where we didn't have to have anyone go into the office. So Tokyo will have less people on the ground, but we'll be able to send all that amazing content across that WAN and Juniper MX series back to the home bases and then do everything remotely. So yeah, huge win, but a lot achieved in the past 2 years.
Well, you just hear that the companies that are really, there are companies that are surviving and there are companies that are thriving. And the ones who were digital and prepared are really almost accelerating now. And so it sounds like you guys were really ready.
Yeah, we heard a lot of companies going, man, it's really slow. Aren't you glad you got all this time on your hands? I said, no, we've had our foot on the gas. It's moving quick and we have not slowed down at all when we went remote, right? If anything, for the network team, it's just more work, right? We got to make sure that quality, not only a quality VPN connection, which is tough enough, but for editing purposes, video editing and all these, it's been a challenge.
Yeah, video is a whole different ballgame than standard enterprise IT, right?
Yes.
Although now video is kind of everywhere, so that's coming home to roost for the more traditional.
Everyone's had to get used to Zoom
as well. Yeah, right. So what's next for you, Brian?
The biggest thing for Discovery, I'm sure everyone's seen the ads in our marketing blitz in the US, was Discovery Plus. The viewing habits of people have changed, right? Our existing TV only model didn't work for a number of people. You kind of have those three buckets of people that still watch TV, people that watch digitally, and you have to address that digital customer, right? So we launched Discovery Plus. It's our direct to consumer offering. 2,500 shows at launch, 55,000 episodes. It's the largest ever content offering at launch for any digital service. So you can put Disney Plus, Netflix, all of them. We're the biggest at launch. We do have success so far, 12 million subscribers already by the end of February. So things are on their way up. We're really happy with that. And it's going to expand internationally. That's going to be the global brand. We're going to consolidate a bunch of legacy and existing products we had in a number of markets. It'll be Discovery Plus. So if you ever go international, it'll be the same product, but in Europe, it will be the home of the Olympics, right? So that will move over from our Eurosport player to the Discovery Plus market for, where we're able to launch in those markets. It is going to be a global rollout, but it's going to take some time.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for talking to us today. Really inspirational what you've been able to accomplish. And we really appreciate you joining us and telling us all about how things work at Discovery.
No, it was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for the time.